Kristen from the Neverending TBR in Kristen's Corner. Yeah, might as well just do the video, right? Yeah, because I got the books here. I feel like I finished another one. Oh, it was the Kate Bateman book. Okay, so I think I have everything. I think I wanted to come on here to show you the Cozy Books Corner Summer Edition. I thought it'd be cool for the Little Mermaid theme because there is a prompt for adding to your collection. I had bought miniature type stuff. They're called Teeny Tinies for this lovely lady over here. Oh my god, Reba. But yeah, so we're just gonna wing it, and this way you're filmed and I can get ready for the next week. All right, it is opened. So I believe there's two, either mystery thrillers or cozy mysteries. Uh-oh. I gotta sneeze. Oh. Thank you. God bless me. Thank you. This is the list of everything. And let's get into the goodies. Okay. I just finished reading this. Like, literally just finished reading this. It's a great book. So I am going to put that on Pango. Put that over there. And then what's the other book? What's that? I hope that wasn't my my pipes. And then, oh, this is cute. Murder Among the Stacks. A word search mystery. Is it like Myrtle or? That's cool. And you get a little story and a word search. That's cute. I like that. All right. And then there's a snack in here. Oh, cool. How perfect. It's called Mermaid. It's a little Rice Krispie treat. And then, what are you? Lip balm, strawberry, sweet dose. Lip balm. A cute little bookmark. And a cozy. Open. Technically, I could use this as a, nope, it says sleeve on it. I was gonna say I could use this as a card. But it's a little book lover cozy. Oh, so that's cute. All right, so those are the two books. Excited about this. I am. It's very cute. So might as well jump into this book. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies, by Catherine Mack. It's about Eleanor. She is a writer and she writes cozy mystery thrillers, and she wrote about this person, Connor Smith, and he ended up being her boyfriend, and then they broke up and he sued her for libel because his name is and his likeness has been based on this character, or this character was based on him. So she's been stuck with this dude for 10 books. And oh my gosh, hold on one second. That was lovely. Anyway, so they've been together for 10 books. She's thinking about ending the series. And for her to do that, she needs to kill off his character. And while she is plotting for that, somebody is trying to kill him. And all these weird things start happening. And what was the other one? It's all based around like her books, and there's like an author event, and the publishing company has sent a bunch of her fans to, I think, Italy, and they're going around Rome and some other places. It's a blast. It's an absolute blast. If you don't like characters that break the fourth wall, then you're not gonna like this, but I love it. And I love the fact that she like chimes in every so many chapters, and she's like, are you paying attention? Have you figured out who it is yet? You know, I loved it. And her sister was a cool character, and just the shenanigans. And then wasn't her buddy's name Oliver or something? Pretty sure it was Oliver, who's an author in the same genre. So they go to a lot of events together, and they're both trying to solve what's going on to Connor. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So there's that. I finished Kate Bateman's Desert Island Duke. It was cute. It was a fluffy romance, a historical romance for me. I don't understand why anybody who is deserted on an island would want to have schmexy time with all the sand and the flies and all the things that are there. Like, that's what I picture. I don't picture the beautiful like sunsets and everything. I'm like, what is in the jungle? Is there a jungle? You know, what's gonna eat me when I'm sleeping? But the main characters have known each other since childhood, and the mailman character is pretending he has amnesia, and he remembers everything up until the trip, and the shipwreck, which is why they're on this deserted island. And the female main character has been bullied and picked on, you know, since she was a child. So she decides, you know what, I'm gonna give it back to him. And yeah, I mean, it was cute. It was very cute. They were very creative with how they made shelter. The female main character had traveled with her family, so she'd been to the Amazon and things like that, so she knew how to make camp. And then the male main character was a soldier, so he knew how to do things, so they were able to get a fire going and things like that. I liked that part of it. I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, it was a really cute, quick read. The next one was Love Lists and Fancy Ships. I got this, I want to say 2021-ish, maybe. I think I picked this up around the time that I was going to go on the cruise with my friends that went out of New Orleans. But I don't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. What matters is the book. What's her face? Jo is a stewardess for yacht company, and well, she works for the owners of a yacht that they rent out. And I'm trying to think of the show. If you know the show that I'm thinking of, put it in the comments. But there's a show where it's, you know, rich people rent out big boats, and it's all about the staff and getting things ready for whatever menu the people that are renting the boat, the guests, want. So there's a lot of that in here. And then she is going to turn 30, and she shared a birthday with her nephew, and her nephew had passed away, and it's a big traumatic part in the book. And they had made a list of, like, a bucket list to do before she was 30. And one of the things was to kiss a stranger. So she's at the local bar, and she kisses this hot dude next to her. And he ends up not only being her neighbor with a teenage daughter, but he's also the hot yacht chef with the crew that she works with, because the old chef got a job in Miami or something like that. Anyway, so while all that's going on and she's trying to get this bucket list done, she had forgotten that her nieces were gonna come down for the summer, just to have a fun Aunt Joe summer, and they want to help her finish out her list. All of that is really sweet. Even like the dating things with the hot chef is cute. My biggest thing was I would have put my foot down, because I'm Aunt Cece to my friends' kids. I would have put my foot down way, way sooner than she did. The girls like to prank, and they think they're funny, and it escalates. I mean, the first prank is one of the bucket list things is for her to skinny dip, and she was thinking that it had to be something like a big grand gesture kind of thing, like jumping off a boat naked or something like that. And her niece is like, why don't you have a pool next to your condo? Why don't you just skinny dip when nobody's around? You know, and that's where you get it done. So she decides to do it, but she tells the girls when she's going to do it, so the girls steal her clothes. And then run away with her clothes, and then they forget to bring her clothes back. So enter in Hot Yacht Chef and his daughter, and she's got to try and figure out how to get out of the pool. Like, that's a prank, you know. She should have known better. I forget what the second prank was, but the third one, I don't know, like, I can't remember what the second one was, but the second one, it escalated. I can't remember if they because she has to work while the girls are there, and the one girl is, I want to say like 15, 16, and the other one's like 12 or 13. So they're older, and they're of age to be babysat by the older sister. So she leaves her credit card at home, and whatever happens in the second one, she doesn't put boundaries to let them know, and then call up their mom, her sister, and say, hey, this is happening. I want them to know that we're on the same, you know, wavelength, and if something else happens, they're going home. You know, they're not being safe, and I don't want to make that call. You know, her sister already lost a child, so it really angered me. So that's what I would have done, and I would have done, because she feels guilty, so she's like, okay, I want to be the fun Aunt again, and they watch like Sweet 16 or whatever, and have junk food. No, Aunt Cece would be like, no, so this is what my grandmother had me watch when I was a child. When I misbehaved, we watched Unsolved Mysteries. And then we would point out, you know, see this girl? She never came home. That's why it's an unsolved mystery. A little true crime, a little, hey, you know, things happen it can happen to you. We're not going to allow that to happen, because next time anything's like close to what you just did, you gotta go. So it leads into the third one, and there's a big blow up, and the girls book a hotel and a plane ticket to go home, and they call their mom, and their mom knows what's going on, but then the mom doesn't want to tell the aunt. And I'm like, first of all, it's her credit card. Secondly, what do you mean you're not going to tell? Like, what? So I don't know, because the sister's like, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but you guys need to figure it out, or they're just gonna come home. And it's like, why don't you come down and get them, or figure out what happened? It just it totally knocked off a star. So anyway, still heated about it. Very few books do I actually like write in like book recommendations and stuff on my friends' discords or whatever. And I kind of did a TED talk because I was just so hot. I was just like, oh my God, I could never. Like, I almost wrote to my niece that's 16. She just turned 16, and be like, okay, so would you ever think to do this to me? And why? So I went from that, and then I finished out the week listening to Sirens. I bought this last summer. I'm glad that I waited, and I took the time to listen to the story, because Amelia Hart does such a great job with dual timelines and giving you so much historical information along with the fiction that's being woven into it. And then like even the cover, I thought this was a jellyfish for the longest time. No, it's one of the characters. But it's about two sisters, and it's dual timelines, and it's about how God, I forgot what the author called it. It was like, it's not convict trade, but for the US and for the UK to send people that were prisoners or needed to pay off something and they couldn't afford it. They were indentured servants here. But when they went to Australia and I think New Zealand, but I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, it was really just the prisoners, and they would take them as cargo. They were supposed to be, treated better than they were, and it's about their journey going from Ireland to Australia. And the two sisters were accosted by someone higher up, and they got tried and sent to Ireland. And all the stories that are brought up are just that patriarchal, like, yes, what happened in the end is not okay, but no one caught it before it happened. So whether it's a woman that was SA'd or, along those lines, and they tried to bring it to the proper channels, whoever that might be, to make the behavior stop, and then they take matters into their own hands, and it escalates so much that something happens. That is a huge conversation in that book. And then the other timeline is about two sisters. One is older and a painter, and the younger sister has online bullying, in college. She's in her first year of college. And the boy that she was interested in took a picture of her in the nude and then posted it all over on social media. And she is a sleepwalker, and she ended up in his room and was choking him. So there's reprimands that she is running away from the college because she knows she's going to get kicked out, or at least, put on probation. So she is going to her sister rather than her parents so that she can just, not deal with it just yet. And she gets there, can't find her sister anywhere. And she ends up finding her sister's journal from when her sister was a teenager. And she learns things about her family through that. And while all this is going on, and all this discussion about women's rights and how women have been treated throughout the years and everything, there's also a discussion about sirens and where they come from and how they pick their victims, and who could they be, and if they came to land, what would they look like? How would they function on land? So that's woven into the story too, and all the lore that goes with selkies and sirens and mermaids and just questions of the sea. And it was an awesome story. It was really, really well done. It's very dark in parts, and it's very deep. The conversations are very, very deep. So, but so was Wayward. So if you got through Wayward, there's similar tone in this book. But that's everything that I read. I'm trying to think of what else I did. Oh, I watched Thrash. If you've ever seen Crawl, which is a hurricane's coming into some southeast town in the US. I don't know if it's Florida, I can't remember, but in that one, the hurricane's coming and it reroutes the alligators, and the alligators are in places they should not be. In this one, it's the same idea. There's a hurricane coming, and it breaks the levees where, to keep the ocean from coming so much over, into the streets and everything. And it breaks a huge chunk of it, so all of the ocean is coming in. And then it's very weird sequence of events that only a movie could make it happen, but it could happen in real life. There's a meat truck, and it's driving meat or something somewhere, and it ends up crashing, so all of that bloody, nasty gook that comes with it is in the water. And then I'm trying to think, and then there's a marine biologist that's explaining, with all the different changes in weather patterns and things like that, certain sharks are where they're not supposed to be, so they're tracking this great white female that is pregnant, and she's in this part of the Atlantic Ocean that she should not be in. But the other thing that they're trying to figure out is why there's so many bull sharks in this certain area, and they can't figure out if it's because they know the storm's coming and they're trying to get to a certain spot, or they sense something. They can't figure out why the bull sharks are coming in. And then there's different stories of, families, and they're stuck with these sharks. And I told my friend Steph, I was like, you know that there's other things in the water than the sharks. Like, the sharks are scary, but if all that water came over, like, there's a lot more in the water. But yeah, it was pretty good. Like, there was a couple times I was like really tense, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you gonna get out? So I watched that. I showed you my books. I showed you my picture of my collection of my little things. I think that's about it. I went to the pool. Today it got up to 103 degrees. Ugh. And we had a birthday party. And yeah. That was Little Mermaid week. And I am gonna leave off. Actually, no. I started with the Little Mermaid ride, and then now I'm gonna end with Ariel and the big float at the parade. So I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having a great day and a great week, and yeah, till next week.